Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this day, May 30, 2021. Sunday, I know it's rest day, but I'm disturbing you, no problem. You sleep, I do my job. Talk, title remains same in series of quality, and this is Civil Field Engineering, COVID-19 impact on engineering and workers, designs, construction methods, contracts, organizations, communications, coordinations, quality, AnnexSL, and quality, quality, and quality. I am searching for quality. I am not finding quality. I am very regretful that where has that disappeared which existed before. Quality systems did not have any existence. I recall that time when there were no systems as such like ISO 9001 and Sigma. They were not so in abundance, but quality was in reality. What has happened to quality? Really, I can't answer. Where is it gone? I can't answer this question. Certification is available. For example, chartered engineer certification, certification for corporate membership is available, and certification of other titles are available, which announce that quality must exist. But is that announcement enough? That point we have to understand. Is announcement sufficient, or something else has to work in? If we have certificates and if we don't respect them, if we don't respect our certificate, we just keep them to show that we have that, what does it mean? I always criticize, you think so? Yes, you can think so. I criticize, and I think criticism is very important. And if we don't criticize, we don't reach where we should. Quality is no luxury. No. Quality doesn't mean any additive advantage. Just like we used to say a few decades back that, oh, you know computers, you have great knowledge, we consider this as additive advantage on your curriculum vitae. It was considered that time when I did not know ABCD of computers. I did not like to learn computers. This means I was bad quality person, because computers could lead me somewhere. Some people used to say, you are making my life difficult, you can make my life easy and your life easy if you know computers use. Same way I can say, if I think that computer can change quality of life, means it changed actually. It changed to some extent quality of life. But quality must be understood before that. Is it true that computers use has changed quality of life? Can we prove it? Well, if I compare non-computer time to computer time or now, I think there is no change in quality, but there is change in functioning. There is change in working style. There is change in use of mind. There is no change in quality. Quality, in fact, doesn't exist now. In those days, quality used to be effective, because quality is related to use of mental practice. When I was, you can say, in 80s, 1980s and 70s. You may take 1980s when I was quite a good professional. I mean young professional, civil engineer, passed without computer world, passed with manual calculations in examinations, doing manual calculations, passed with doing drawings all on drawing board and T-square and set square, rubber, tracing paper. That time, manual work, mental work, and low speed, you can say, could be a competitive club. We used to compare ourselves while doing drawing in our hall in university or college. Oh, I can do faster, you can do faster, or which is best way of drawing. My professor used to sit beside our desk and say, see, this is best way to draw. You should draw like this for good presentation. And we used to learn each and every line our teacher, our professor used to draw while sitting with us. And while making drawing on board and also making drawing, our one lecturer and professor, Ram Murtham, used to draw using scale on board so that people could understand how to draw. We used to call student, come on, do it on blackboard. I still remember that time. So it's okay, you know this equation, come on, find out bending moment of this and find out moment of resistance of this on board and let people understand. So a kind of, you can say, tutorial it was treated in class. I don't say that was not good time or today is no good time. It is time, it is change. Change for sake of change. I am supportive of computers if computers are used. I am not supportive of computers if computers use us. Actually, what's happening? Computers are not used now. We are being used by computers, and that's tragedy, you can say. That's tragedy. That's why I'm talking of quality. Quality can improve only when we understand quality, when we work for quality. But what's happening? It's self-criticism also. Even I am concerned, I have stopped calculations, I have stopped writing. I think even signatures are not done sometimes. Electronic generation sheet does not require any signature. This notice comes to you all the time. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Signature is not important. Important is achievement. Important is attainment. Engineering study, we know, is not easy. In fact, no study is easy. Why to say about engineering? Medical is also not easy. Same way commerce or arts or whatever field you pick up. If you want to learn, nothing is easy. And if you learn continuously, I can say every subject is easy as well as supportive. If somebody is engineer, somebody is doctor, somebody is arts, and somebody is in wherever, it is learning first. Learn. First we learn for sake of passing examination, and then we have to learn for sake of learning. What happens? 98 people just learn for passing examination, and then I think same people forget after passing examination. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, maximum 5% people think of continuous learning, and others think of job. Okay, everybody needs job, but settlement also is supported by that. Means you have to support your life, you have to settle in your life. So don't worry about expansion of your life, your family. This means family comes into picture, and your education, your intelligence, your quality of augmentation that you expected goes into drain somewhere. Your expectations go into drain because another encroaching expectations of family and family expansion overtake you. So you are gone. So where quality has gone, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I still remember those days when specifications were made a big talk. Oh, give certificate that this work has been done. according to specifications. This was very much requirement on every certification. When we used to do working or used to make payments, bill, payment certificates or measurements or something like that, means because you have supervised this work, you have to certify that work has been done according to demanded specification. According to, in those days we had to say, I was in government, it was said CPWD specification, that work has been done according to CPWD. CPW stands for Central Public Works Department. Those specifications in engineering were universal in our country. I'm just refreshing my time also, and also giving reference to you people that you should know what happened that time. No, it was just a practice to certify. Yes, certification practice existed, and everybody used to write that, because without writing that, your payment statement, payment certification was invalid, and nobody approved that for payment purpose, and we had to write that. But that was a practice, means convention. Nobody, just certification is enough, means enough. But if you see quality, I think, well, quality was much better than it's now. But I say it was not 100% compliant. I still remember a time when I was in Wazirpur Ashok Vihar in Delhi in 1975, I think 76 probably, 75 or 76, what it is, I don't exactly remember, yes. And there were construction of 180 apartments or flats, dwelling units used to call that time, dwelling units DUs. And I was very fresh, new staff of engineering. In those days we were called junior engineer or assistant engineer at that time. I was also one member of team, and there were two more like me on site, and of course one head. And I was given charge of, sanitary installations and plumbing work. I still remember that instance. I was asked by my senior to check all items, check whatever installations are done by contractor, approve them or reject them, and do whatever your job requires. I was happy, okay, 180 houses, I have to 180 apartments or dwelling units I have to supervise. It's good opportunity for me, and that particularly from public health viewpoint, because it was sanitary installations and water supply. In those days, these were understood to be very much advanced technology, because there were no such arrangements available, and environment engineering was not known that time. Civil engineering is part of civil engineering, and I was interested in that because I specifically studied these subjects of water supply engineering and sewage engineering myself, without aid of any professor, because there was no much numerical work in that. All was text based, theory based, and I am fond of theory. I'm not very much interested in numericals. At that time, I'm not. I'm saying now. So I felt that I have to go through specifications, and I go through documents. So main document which was known to me, and these were specifications. We used to call them CPWD volumes or specifications, and we used to read them. We used to read nomenclature of items in bill of quantities, which were of course item rate contract, not lump sum contract that time. So item was much more important. Cost of project was not much important, because item we have to check. I had to involve with sanitary, sand cast iron pipes that time. There were no plastic pipes, and also it was water supply line. So what I used to do, how to do it, I refer to items and refer to specifications, and I made a list that I want these codes, IS codes. I got money from my section, my department, and I went personally to office of BS, Bureau of Standard, that time called IS, Indian Standard Institution, located near ITO, opposite Indian Express building. And I went there myself, because my home was near that hardly 1 kilometer from that. So I went by walking, bought that, came back to site. I was happy that something new I'm going to do. For me, it was new. I studied this course, then some more courses are required. So means there was no restriction. I bought this course and then started weighing. Means I said weight of this pipe in code is this, and you have to check weight of these pipes, length tolerances, diameter tolerances. So I checked everything, and I did a lot of time just to see what happens. And all were surprised what this young man was doing. Though I did not stop. My habit is once I start something, I can't stop. That's my, you can say, weakness or whatever you can call it. I asked, bring all samples and we start testing. I thought these are very good pipes and contactor is also very big and powerful. Okay. And there was another problem for lead jointing between those pipes when you erect them vertically, socket and spigot together. Spigot is inserted in socket, and there's a gap between socket and spigot. That gap was in design specified to be filled with lead caulking. Lead, lead is material, and caulking is process of melting lead and filling in, process of heating your lead material to some state of hot liquid, and then filling around space between spigot and socket. Now it was specified that height or size of, or you can say size of that pipe joint, lead filling, lead caulking should be minimum 25 mm. Such types of specifications were involved, and whatever else was involved, I tried to read that, understand that, and check it. First item was that when I inspected surfaces of those pipes according to codal requirement, these pipes were not to that mark, though it was ISI marked. ISI mark, I then thought it was not some, you can say, foolproof seal when these pipes did not match thickness as indicated on codes. These pipes did not match thicknesses. Also, there were stoneware pipes, SW pipes, we call them stoneware pipes for internal sanitary system. These sand cast iron pipes which I am referring to, these were for external stacks, external sanitary stacks and pipes. These stoneware pipes were meant to be laid underground from WCs and from, you can say, other sources, bathrooms, to allow flow of sewage into manholes, square manholes, rectangular manholes. This is all called sewage, liquid discharge from these sources, these wet areas, just to call wet areas, to WC, bathroom, prime, or whatever you can say. These stoneware pipes were nowhere, whatever we got on site, were nowhere meeting codal and specification requirements. Also, sand cast iron pipes did not meet any requirements. You can say thickness was not proper, it was not according to specifications requirements. Weight of pipe were nowhere within tolerances, and of course surface, because these sand cast iron pipes, surfaces were not to mark, and I can say demanded in specifications and in nomenclature of our contract. So what happened? I thought what to do. I can't approve these pipes, these materials. I can't approve this lead caulking because it is not done according to requirement. And also there was a condition that a contractor or subcontractor who does job on these pipings must have certain plumbing license according to regulations. So I used to write daily in site book. You used to call in that case site diary or site register. Both parties used to write, contractor and supervisors, or you can say we were like consultants, you can say. This was government job and I was working on behalf of government. So we were required, we were authorized to reject or approve all works, whatever were under our charge. Well, it was good opportunity for me to learn something practically because I was just a new engineer. I mean not full-fledged engineer, but I was having 3 years civil engineering diploma that time. I was good in English, indeed. I used to write every day in that site diary or site register. What I do, what I visit, what is my observation, what was my observation, I used to write every day. It used to incite that contractor, why this young boy who knows nothing according to his mind, means he just new, why is unnecessary writing in this? I inspected, I find problem here, I discovered problem here, I wrote this and that. And I also wrote that I weighed pipes and these pipes are not meeting mark. I actually, to be very frank, rejected all activities I was supervising. I asked my senior, this is problem, material doesn't meet contractual requirement or specification requirement or code requirement. I think my senior was, though he used to say you check everything, go and check everything, maybe he wanted to test my knowledge or my attempt to what level this person can go, this boy can go. Maybe that was the case, but he was smart enough. Maybe he was in connivance with, he was in hand with that contractor. And when I asked him what to do, first he had asked me to go and bring codes and check. And he said, if this material is like that substandard you are calling, and if it is not available, or he brought from some source and he says it's not available in market, this contractor claims in angry mood to me that, what can I do? This is not available. Whatever is available I bring. I was very much angry with this answer. This is not my duty. If it's not available, you get from where it's available. And then he says, such materials are not manufactured. And my senior also said, what can you do if it's not manufactured? I told him, why did he sign contract then? Did he not know specifications before? Did he not know what codes require? You tell him from where he should bring. I tell him this is not my job to tell him from where he should bring. He is a contractor. He is paid for that item. Why did he accept these specifications if these materials did not comply with that? Why should I do his job? Or he should bring some proposals. He should write proposals and tell us this is problem so that our department can solve it. I'm not going to accept this. However, my senior was also angry with me, this and that, and you are new, you think you are everything. No problem, I can't go against. Means, in fact, he wanted to tell me directly, you compromise. I understood. But I was in no mood of compromise because I did not know what compromise was. I was very pure soul, young soul, had some ambition to learn, to do engineering. As my father wished me, I should be honest, and I was really honest. Some other, like my colleagues say, if he's giving some, I mean to say, you got my point, means they used to go at night in his office, in private office, and work on this billing, measurements, used to take, you can say, food there, and other facilities they used. So you can say what they were. I understood, no problems. Once I was there also with them. Of course you can drink water, but what they has intention, they used to taunt on me. See, this is efficient engineer. He has done all work of valuation of billing, and we still are doing small. We still are busy in that. So he has done this. It means it was like that. He has done this. This was just, you can say, it was. You can say it was like that torture or teasing. You can say it was like teasing onto me. Well, I didn't bother. You tease or don't tease. Now, what to do was a problem for me. Means after all, he's working, and he will require payment also, and that payment means I had to approve payment. I have to do billing on that. I had to enter my measurements, but I didn't fail. So I didn't bother. Okay, I'll do my job. I'll do my job. I don't worry about that. Life is life, and you cannot run away from your responsibility. That's also a fact. I said, okay, I did my job. Whatever was done, all entries were made, all measurements were made. Whatever work he did under my supervision, then at end, I certified that whatever work has been done does not meet requirement, means material, and because of lead caulking, and because of competency of that person who was doing work, I clearly stated that there was a standard certificate. I said certified that work has not been done according to specifications or superior to specifications. I clearly wrote that in my certificate at end. Certified that work has not been done according to CPW specifications. I did honestly, and this sentence, this certificate, when my senior viewed, oh my God, what happened? He exploded. He exploded. Why did he explode? I don't know. Who told you? He called me and asked me, who told me? Tell me the name of that person who suggested to you certify like this. I never asked him, why are you doing this? Work is like that. Okay, work is like that, but why did you certify work is not complying to specification? Why should I certify? You should have asked me. Why should I ask you when I am doing job? You just review it. I mean, there was a dispute. This person, my senior, was not happy with me. Well, I least bother. Don't be happy with me. So, what happened? That certificate could not go, and it was a problem for our colleagues, my seniors, and also with contractor. So they pushed me. Means, of course, they could not say anything officially because this is government. It was government. They had only one power, that is to transfer you. My questions, my queries were all valid, but they had to make payment, and my statement, my certificate, forced them not to pay. And I know they would do something else later on. They forced me, and I was transferred to some other location. Later on, what they might have done, I understand. They might have said, okay, work was modified and it was brought to specifications and this and that, and lead jointing was done fine. Means they could do anything in that time, some 1975, 76, and I knew they would do that. Anyway, I got wrong. I'm just trying to refer to that instance, that how were people, how was level of quality, what was level of thinking and level of attempt. But now it is completely different. We were forced to study documents, we were forced to write, we were forced to inspect, and if we wanted to do correct work, we had opportunity. People were interactive. Now what happens? Every control has been taken by digital work, and that is, I can say, a harmful attempt in life. We are getting digital, but we are not getting honest. We are getting digital, we are not getting sincerity. We are not getting what we should do. Means we are getting away from quality. We are getting away from everything, and life has changed. Writing is missing, learning is missing, and you can say interaction is missing. You can meet whoever young guy, young engineer. You will find that calculation efficiency has gone. New engineers are unable to calculate manually. They cannot make any drawing manually. They cannot do any job manually. They cannot, reach to that level of thinking because they are not used to work manually. As I said, I used to make drawings using drawing board on which we used to fix some drawing sheet, and one T was used, long T shape timber or wooden member was there. We used to call it T, and two set squares. One is 60 degree, 30, 90 degree, and other one is 45 and 90 degrees. Then pencil, sharpener, rubber, and drawing pins which used to keep drawing sheet fixed to drawing board. And then you have to orient your work, horizontal line, vertical line, inclined line, and there used to be D also, one D, I still remember. D shape, you can say like set square, D shape angle measurement tool, you can say. Means you have to use three of these. One is 45 degree set square, one is 60 degree, 30 degree set square, and D, so that you can measure angle from 0 to 90 and then up to 180. We used to draw plan, we used to draw elevations and sections, we used to draw, you can say, isometric. Like this, a lot of drawings were worked upon, and our hands were used to draw. You draw, rub, redo, like that. Writing stencils were also available, otherwise we used to write manually without a stencil. And then there were tracing papers, and there were tracing inks as well. We used to trace all, or there were some people to trace, and then this tracing used to go to blueprints production. Blueprints, you might have seen blueprint drawings. There were no photocopies in those days, there were no printing in those days, nothing. It was completely simple life. But engineers' minds were very active because they had been busy, they used to be busy in thinking, in calculations, in vision, so that they could draw. And I think that was real engineering work. And that was really called drawing. We used to call them drawings, and actually that's what drawing, because we used to draw from point to all. Horizontal line, vertical line, inclined line, this thickness, that thickness, front view, top view, side view, elevation, section. See, section was very, very important. It was very different. Plan you can draw, elevations you can draw, because you can know how this will be. See, imagination you have. But when you say section, it is complicated section. You pass through this location, go to that location, then imagine what should be there and draw on that. So what used to happen? All this drawing exercise, this design calculation, manual calculation exercise, used to procure power of your brain for that. If I did not use my brain power, my calculation power, I could not reach anywhere. Though there could be errors, I know that. Errors, we used to do errors, we commit errors, but that's learning process. And it could, sometimes sleep was disturbed. Means during I missed that point on that drawing, or I missed this formula in that calculation. So I'll sit. If I have that book now, I open that, or next morning I'll do that. There was a creative work in engineering, creative work. You are your own camera, you are your own computer, you are on your Excel sheet or calculator, and you do yourself. Every imagine it, do it, view it, understand it, and redo it, and then you say finally it is now. Then you trace it and take out print, blueprint. It is called blueprint or aluminum print. No photo state, no hard copy, nothing as such. It was really interesting because those drawings were available with you for years together, and we used to show them to others. See, this was my drawing, or you can say same drawing, which tracing paper was used for printing. These drawings were kept in homes or offices with certain backing, certain strong backing, so that this should not be torn. And you see, these were used to be kept in government files when approvals were given, permits were given. And I still remember, it was still done in some states. You procured these drawings, put in files, and when in up to 98, you can say up to 99, I was not happy with computer. I was not at all happy. I actually didn't like to learn that. I was in Doha, Qatar, on one project of LNG, and there was a British head. I used to do, he was happy with me that I knew something about engineering. He interviewed me for 1 hour in Delhi that time, more than 1 hour. My personality was not that attractive, my dressing sense was not good. My CV was very bad because I typed myself in those days. I had procured one small typewriter from London in 1985 when I visited that place from Libya, and I used to use that typewriter for everything. My typing skill was very bad, of course, but I tried always. And he says, your CV is not attractive. Well, he said, okay. He asked me questions for 1 hour, engineering questions, site questions, other questions, and he selected me. But when I saw, he wrote in my file, his CV is rubbish, is not attractive, but he has good knowledge of engineering. That's what he wrote such questions which I think he should not have done. Many questions were beyond engineering syllabus. He asked me about different types of concrete, different types of activities, others, designs, and all that. I told I have also written a book. It's very interactive talk. I don't know how he could select me only because of my answers and not because of my personality. Then he asked me, what can you do with me? I can, whatever you say, I will do it, no problem. I can do everything. When I joined, I was surprised to see me. You have come? Yeah, I have come. All right. What you will do here? I do everything, no problem. No, tell me in which you are expert. I said, no, I can do everything. Oh my God. And he referred me to one American engineer. And he, whatever, I can do whatever is required, there is no problem. If it is site work, if it is design work, if it is planning work, or if it is quantity surveying work, I have experience of all. Oh, this is not possible. How can you do everything? You try. Well, but I did not know basics, and that is computer. He knew it. Well, they tried to force me many times. Means I successfully did everything. Whatever assignment I was given, from quantity surveying to designs, from office work to site work, I did everything efficiently, comfortably. And he used to claim later on to see, I interviewed this guy, he is doing all what I will give him. But he was tried to tell me, please, you learn computer. It will make your life easy and my life easy. I said, see, I can't learn because my eyes problem won't allow it. No, your age is as such. Eyes, of course, are affected in this age. So, well, I was rigid. He gave me assistant for computer work, but I did not do that. My data was entered by someone else, and he used to give answers or drawings, means I used to use sketches and they used to compose. Same thing for quantification. Like that American engineer used to sit with me and use the computer himself based on my data which I provided. So I'm just telling what that life was. I claim that I can do better than what you think without using computers. Well, that maybe my foolishness at that time was foolishness. I can't say I was right. But I was afraid of use of computer. So somebody in 98 challenged me in Abu Dhabi. I told him, can you give some reference how to use this computer? Or he used to work. He was not technical. He used to work on plan MS project, and he used to see what I'm doing. Everything is available in this computer. You ask anything, this computer will answer. I say, is that? Yes. I was nil in computers in 98, 99 till. So, okay, tell me what about constitution of this country, our country, and what is this information available? He tried to find out. He just befooled me, and there was nothing as such. Well, I told him, you just tell me something, I can use computer. He said, no, it's very difficult. You don't know anything about this. How can you do that? No, don't waste time. Just do your job. Well, I had to leave that company due to some reason. I was very, upset that why I keep this weakness with me. Can't learn computer. I went to IBM office in Delhi, Daryaganj, and asked them, I have to go overseas for my assignment. Can you help me for 14 or 15 days just to give me a crash course for computers so I can use that? Oh, no. There's no such crash course. You cannot learn anything like that. You have to attend course only, full course. Well, I said, I don't have time, I have to go. No, it's this not way. You can't learn like that. It's not possible. Okay, I was little disappointed. But due to some reason, I had to postponed my assignment. Whatever was the reason there, then I said, this was a personal. Then, okay, because I was not happy with challenge of those people, that non-technical people who say you can't learn, it's very difficult, and so okay, you can't learn. Now I joined very small institute, a shop type institute. Just 2 or 3 computers were there. In local there's no institute as such. It's like a shop. I joined that just for fun. Okay, let me see how it works. I paid fees for 1 or 2 months, I think, and then I say, which one you want to learn, which syllabus? I didn't know syllabus. They say, one we have DCA, when we have this 2 to 3 names he told me. I do. But DCA, they used to call it Diploma in Computer Applications. Okay, I do that. I didn't know anything. I just joined the first day, said, okay, take these pages and learn and then come tomorrow. What you say, what is desktop, what is monitor, what is system, this and that. Well, I started DOS. It took about, I think, 15 days to learn DOS. Then he started teaching me Lotus 1, 2, 3. And of course, some the word typing program also at that time. I don't, it's not MS Word, something else. Typing was not important for me. I knew typing, only point was that. Then he started teaching me Lotus 1, 2, 3. I started finding interest in that because of the calculations. He said, this is not typing program, this is just calculation program. You can just calculate, you can make data in this, you can make graphics in this. It was called Lotus 1, 2, 3. Lotus 1 was data, second was graphics, and one more was data analysis or data arrangement, data screening. So Lotus 1, 2, 3 actually attracted me because it was something which I was looking for. At that time it was having 8,172 rows and 256, I think, 256 columns. Lotus 1, 2, 3, which was IBM design. So he told me how to copy this cell, how to write data, how to enter, how to paste, and how to do auto sum. And this is graphics, how to do this. You just enter data and see. I asked him, when he taught AutoSum, I asked him, can it do algebraic calculation, algebraic sum? Well, first of all, this instructor did not understand what I mean. I asked him, algebraic sum means if I use positive and negative values both for calculation, it should give answer. Oh, no, there is no such provision. I said, can it do multiplication? No, it can only do AutoSum and average. He taught me function of AutoSum and average. Okay. I did not say anything because I know this man is not clear. This person is not clear. When it is calculating everything, it must have those. I tried my. Okay, let me see. He said, you just practice it, what I taught you. Okay. Then I started going to help column and I started myself, means what he said. If there's a calculator, I understood that there's a calculator attachment to every cell. Otherwise, it cannot calculate. People may not realize this, that Lotus 123 or now it is MS Excel, both are same. Lotus 123 is IBM design, while MS Excel sheet is a copy of that. In fact, Bill Gates copied that. It was, you can say, it's as robbery, I may say, stealing design of someone else, just using your MS Window facility. And so MS now, unfortunately, Lotus 123 is not in practice. People use MS Office. Even then, I like Lotus 123 because this was very, very fast in those days, very fast. I tried algebraic sum and I found that it worked. And I tried copying and pasting in range, it worked. I tried whatever I tried as part of laboratory equipment. This worked. It worked in square roots, it was in cube roots, it worked in many formula generations. And I had my one book that time which was just scripted manually, and that was number data. I had spent much time on that just for fun. And I said, can it be used? I asked him, can I do something like that? Oh, no, this is not that. Purpose of this is different. Well, I was convinced by those people because they were not thorough. Yes, they were superficial. They could make money. They could teach to, they can say 10% use of computers. I can say not 5 to 10%, not more than that. I realized that this, because I was qualified engineer, I could go into depth of everything. So I tried to do as I had to try myself. I used to some footpath market, bought some books of Lotus, which are very cheap in that market. I bought piece of those and like that. And I say, okay, I tried myself. My mathematical knowledge I used on that. I tried countings on that, 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, we know how to write 100, then I tried to, and I was successful even writing from 1 to 8,172. Because so many rows were there. So I just in a click of 2 or 3 clicks, I could write 1, 2, means just for example, I wrote 1 and then I copy that 1 to 2 by adding 1. And then just copy and paste to 8,172 and it worked. Then I copied whole column to another row and then to another row and then to another cell, another row, like this. So many columns were immediately copied, and then at end value to next line, first cell I added 1 and all scenario changed. Let us say it was 8,172 and I created 5 columns, so it gives counting up to that line, then further counting. This means this worked. This is not what they taught me. This is much more than what I could understand. So I thought this is just calculation sheet. Problem was data entry, but I have to do mathematical work, and if it can accept formula, it will automatically work. Why should I worry about that? Means I am not going to use this Lotus 123 as typing or data entry only. My data entry should calculate itself interactively. That was my mind, my conception. And really, I was surprised to see that it very efficiently worked in that. Minute calculations were done, and I tried my script also. I put my script in that and tried to arrange formalization of that. It was big formula, very complicated formula at that time, and I tried many times how to do it, and at last I got it. I did it because you can say there were about more than 300 pages in those calculations in those chart. I did just I just know 2 or 3 pages and then reformed that, reformulized them into newer and newer requirements, and this worked. And that institution was surprised that how he could do that. And I got success in that. From that time onward, I completed that data entry, means automatic data entry, I can say, not data entry manually, and so that that data could result into a book form. And that attempt told me it is only because of your formula attempt, otherwise this data you could never type, because you use formula and formula cannot result in wrong answer. So you have done this. It's we can say it would not be possible had you not formalized it. Had not formalized this, it would not be possible to result in this data which you are getting now in print form. So I was encouraged with that. Then I said, okay, it is beyond these people's limit. I asked them, do you have MS Project? They said, no, we don't know what's MS Project. And I asked him, then you must be not knowing AutoCAD, of course. They said, no, we know AutoCAD, but we don't have. All right, no problem. But I said, okay, do one thing then. I bought these books myself. MS Project also I got from somewhere, and AutoCAD book, and also I got some, this CD, and tried to learn myself rather than depending upon them. You can say I tried to move on my own as far as computer lessons are concerned, self-teaching style. And that is great, Why to depend on others if they don't have that much knowledge? So just if you want to use computer, you have to first apply your mind skills, not to follow what others say. And same thing happens now. Same approach I adopt now. Excel, for example, is the same as Lotus 1, 2, 3. And Excel, I can say, is a powerful tool if you use it properly. If you use it with knowledge, not simply auto sum or average or graphics or this and that. Means these are children games. You have to apply your mind to use it. Data sheet is very wide. Worksheet is very wide. Who uses that? No one. You use just for some accounting or some other reason, some calculations, some use for payment slip, some use for this and that. It's not engineering. If you say I am IT user, you must use it, not simply for typing or for something. It is technology. If I can get calculations by using my mind, how to link this, I can get it. Linking, formalizing are very important on worksheet. Linking cells to cells on same sheet or into other sheets, and then linking workbook to workbook, or linking sheet to sheet, or linking one workbook to many other workbooks. This technology is not given in Excel directory books. Maybe they do not know. I was in my office. I had some time because I used to work on computer very rapidly, and then sometimes I used to find time for on holidays somewhere. I started doing my design work on that, which was not at that time my job. So I had some theorem in theory of structure. There was a Keynes contribution theory. Keynes rotation contribution method is a part of design. and there are some more designs. I used to formulate that only. I did so for so many days, maybe months. Then I connected them, I linked them, and they worked well at that time. But there later on, when files were very heavy memory-wise, they just stopped working to some extent. I sent one mail to you can say MS office people where they did not respond me on that. I told them I have linked 110 workbooks, 110 or more workbooks together. I linked so many books. Can you imagine now? It was in 2002, I think, 2001 or 2. I linked more than 110 or 120 sheets, not sheets, books, workbooks. And that was because I think it was due to some heavy memory problem. This further did not work. I wrote to them, why it's not working? It's not taking more books. MS never ever responded. But anyway, whatever was that, didn't respond or not responded, I understood that it is connectivity of cells, connectivity of books, workbooks, that can open together and that can be closed together. And my computer was not that powerful which could handle that. But now I realize that if we use the software, Lotus 123 based MS project, MS Excel, we can save time. And what happens later, I discovered that in engineering designs also, structural designs, behind scene is this program, indirectly linked, and it works. So now, when you attempt self, you can change process as well as quality of process, and that's the reason I'm talking of quality. Quality means you have to find facts, you have to see how best you can do it. All time following others doesn't give you any benefit. You have to be self-teacher, and in general, I can say, in computer technology, as far as use is concerned, use of technology, I'm not talking of software making, I'm not talking of formula making. Formula making is also a kind of software. It's called application. It's not called use. If I use Excel to my requirement, once I have to use it, once I have to compose it, but after that, you just enter data. You have to select certain cells for your own use in that formula, where variation is required, where variables are entered, because variables are those which you can change value. Every problem has got 4 or 5, maximum 4 or 5 variables. You can decide by some square making or some indication on your sheet which are variables, and you can change their values. All other connected data or linked data with that, all formulas that you entered linked to these cells, these editable cells, or you can say editable means variable cells, all would result in different values according to your formula. So that small activity, you can call it as application, an application. So in engineering, applications are more important. We have to apply our formula and get results. We have to apply again and again, and we can develop formulas. There may be hundreds of formulas in engineering, and those I did later on my own, and because StatPro was very expensive, I could not go for that. I had my own skill, so I said, okay, I can develop formula and applications. Still I have those and use them. I have demonstrated that also in one talk on Excel. So it works. Also, I did AutoCAD also myself. So what I'm saying is, life has changed, but mind has not changed. Our attitudes has changed, but our skills have not changed. You have computer skills, other skills, all can move together. But you should not run away from responsibility. You should say, yes, I caused an error here. And also that we should not be silent, we should not be sleeping. I am finding that current generations believe in sleeping. Sleeping doesn't mean closing eyes and resting. Sleeping means sleeping from use of mind. is slipping from use of mind. In general, you can say minds have become dull. Dull in a sense that you can say read others' work, you can use others' work, you can view videos, you can see mails, and you can see whatever you want to see. But question of originating, question of doing something at first point, which I say origin, that is missing. That skill is missing. Maybe 2 or 3% persons have that skills, but 95 to 98% people have missed that. And that's what I can say is tragedy to knowledge learning. We can't learn if we don't have quality attitude. That's what we say here, quality approach. And that definition says quality required everywhere, but we have lost quality everywhere. Sometimes I compare that manual time of 80s and 70s or 90s to now 2021. Many decades have gone, couple of decades have gone, skills have gone, talks have shaped themselves. You can find everybody talking on mobile without setting any objective. How long should I talk? We should have a question mark to us. Are we born to talk only? Are we born to chat only? What is output of this chat? What is achievement of this chat? Can you measure? What is output of this telephone conversation too long? What's purpose after all? You talk on same thing again and again and again without any use. Means your mental energy, your thinking energy is being used, is being consumed by use of telephones, mobiles, and by chatting, and by can say whatever unproductive activity, putting photos on Facebook for nothing. Or see my photo, my birth date celebration, my marriage celebration, my this and my that. I don't understand, except that your relatives can view them. What's purpose of that? No purpose. You are just saying, means you have plenty of time. I am here now, I am touring this area. Okay, you tour this area, but why are you publishing it? My question is that. This means your inclination has gone to advertisement. Your inclination has gone to, you can say, self-declaration. I am doing this, I am doing that. I am not criticizing that, but I am just trying to find what is objective behind it. What life you live, you have certain objective. When we studied in youth age, we had some objective. I have to reach this level in my life. And we used to call it aim, your ambition. That ambition doesn't exist. There is only one ambition, how to make money and how to have standards in life. Means life has changed entirely. Mobile has become my head of family. Mobile is no more friend, it's no more my assistant, it's my head of family. Means I have to follow what it says. My head of family is with me, I am with him in home, I'm living with my brothers, sisters, and who are members. But I am alone, and they are alone, because despite being physically present, mentally I am not present. I am busy in chatting, I am busy in browsing Facebook or browsing something else. Means we should be integrated in home, but computer has disintegrated us. Disintegration of unison, of unity of your family. So you can say it's not only that writing skill has gone, or teaching, or you can say learning skill has gone. I would say integrity of family has gone. Harmony of family has gone. That is major loss. Believe me, that's major loss. I go to visit my relative and sisters. I don't find their kids interested to talk because they are busy in their chatting. They don't want to see anything general. They don't care for what's happening. They care for their only friends. Well, I'm surprised. Somebody comes to your home, you're not involved. Okay, namaste, this and that, and take your coffee, and after that, gone. I'm saying quality of life has been crushed, I can say. Quality of life has been crushed by digital technology. I'm not against this, I'm fair of this, but it should be useful. It should not impact on you for unnecessary requirement. It should give us certain use, certain layer. That's most important. If I don't get that layer of intelligence, that layer of hard work in concrete form, there's no meaning at all. So what I said in this statement, that quality required everywhere. It is required everywhere. But does it exist? Question is that. And in engineering, it's a must. We know. But does it exist? That's another question. Means investigation is required everywhere. Why are we missing? Why? Why have we missed all this? I think there was no such requirement that you cannot use computer and you can't stay with your family. We have to be absolutely, and you can say magnificently, interactive. It doesn't mean because you are with computer use, you are on computer, you are online, you have no time for your friends, you have no time for your colleagues. They are also online with you, doing, speaking nothing, just talking and talking and talking. Talking and talking and talking means excessive talking. Excessive talking, and if you conduct excessive talking, you can say you miss a lot, because when you talk a lot, you cannot remember a lot what you talked. That's a dissolution of your energy. Your energy goes into waste bin, waste cycle bin, you can say, rather than cycle bin. It goes into waste bin, and your mental energy has gone, also physical energy has gone, but you achieved nothing. People used to write in past, and those writings were converted to some notebooks or to some writing books or diaries, and that in some cases were converted to books also. Writing skill is very important. Those who don't have writing skills, they don't know what is writing. Those who believe in talking, there's no meaning, because nobody is going to hear you. But if you walk something and it's published, it's for generations to learn that. Why we search on computers these days? Search Google, search that. Search activity is there. It exists only there because there are some records, there are some writing, some files. And if these are not available, what you would search? Nothing. This means knowledge in form of files being available, which can be used. And that's purpose of digital technology. Not this that you just waste your time finding girlfriends or boyfriends, or finding something else on your system online. That's what I say. Quality required everywhere. We have to change our attitude. Now COVID-19 has been working for 1.5 years. People have been isolated. People have been disconnected. You can see what God punishes, how God punishes. Life has changed suddenly in 1 year. It was wonderful life. People were behind money all time. Now people are behind survival rather than money. Even those who had spent 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs have lost their lives. This means money could not save them. So what's the purpose of money in that case? If today I am concerned that maybe tomorrow I am not here because of COVID-19 impact that's been going on, we have lost millions of people in this country. They may say whatever a fact remains. So we have impact everywhere. Quality, definition, must be revised. I don't find any level of quality anywhere. Understand this. I am finding voice everywhere. I am finding very busy people everywhere in using mobile from all sections of society. People are using mobiles even while driving cars. They are so busy. I don't know what business is that. Even while driving, you have to use mobile, and maybe while they squat in home using WC, they also talk. Maybe, of course, during bath they will not do it. Means this is reality of life. We have to give weight to this, and if you don't give weight to this, it shall be a problem. So quality required everywhere, and in engineering it's a must. And we have to define quality in a way that quality means it is sum of systems quality, individual quality, element quality, attitude quality, dedication quality, commitment quality, other parameters based quality. So many involvers must be there. Since there should be expression of systems for personality or systems structure, there should be expression of individual status of quality or individual attainment of quality. There should be expression of product element quality. I mean, say element is product or mineral or whatever. Say that quality, what's the quality of that, can it be used or not used? And also attitude of a person, attitude of attitude of everybody who are part of system, what quality they have. Are they quality oriented? Are they reality oriented? Can they see facts? Can they realize facts? Or they just want to remain in imagination, in non-practical world? That's what attitude says. They are work oriented or rest oriented. They want to enjoy life or do work. All this attitude. Dedication. Dedication is very important. Means you have to do work full time. You have to be stay for full time, not just I think on and go and come back. No, you have to take responsibility, and that responsibility comes from dedication. Then you can say commitment, and that is linked to commitment. If I commit something, I have to deliver that. I have to do that. And if I don't do that, this means there is no meaning of commitment. I won't be valued as far as my claim is concerned. Nobody will value me. I won't be able to establish confidence about myself. People should say, if this person is trustworthy, I want earn that status. And then you can say commitment goes zero, and if there's no commitment, means you are nowhere. You are nowhere. I am nowhere. Commitment not necessarily you commit to others. You have to commit to yourself as well. Self-commitment is very important, because self-commitment means progress. Self-commitment means milestone completion. There can be many milestones in your work. You have to fix yourself, and then you have to reach those milestones in defined time. That's called efficiency. So commitment, you can say, is attempt. It is, you can say, a fire in your mind, a fire in your body. You can say a force in your body. I have to do it. I have to do it. And other parameters. There are so many parameters. We talked a lot. This is what I understand. This, if you attain, I can say that can be called definition of quality, not simply quality, because we are in our engineering, we deal with structures. We say always, oh, see this boy, how body language, what is his structure, what structure of this female, what structure of this building, what is structure of this train, how it is designed, and what is structure, whatever we say. If you say structure of flight, aeroplane, structure of, you can say, naval ship, structure lies everywhere. everywhere. How much we can understand that? What level do we understand structure? Structure everywhere, I can say, like quality everywhere. We deal in engineering structures, but non-engineering structures do exist. The structure of society, the structure of learning, the structure of how society behave or conduct, political structure, constitutional structure, law structure. Everywhere we can say writing, sense structure. Yes, we can't say no. We have to be there. Because of inability to understand this, problems erupt. One should have capacity to foresee what could happen in coming time. That capacity, if one has, that person can develop leadership. Because leadership comes from self-instruction. If you can instruct yourself, instruct myself, I instruct myself, I talk to myself, I keep myself everywhere, and I talk based on my thinking. That state of your mind, that state of your own would lead you somewhere. And that's what say designs of structures and other must be qualitative and reliable. Structure everywhere, I say, yes, it is everywhere. It's no secret. We have to understand that. Designs of structures and others must be qualitative and reliable. Qualitative, again, I say, without considering your thoughts quality requirement. Your thought should also be quality based, not just quantity based. Quantity is result, but quality is not result. Quality is conception, quality is thinking, quality is opinion, quality is a processing. It should work. That's what quality is. And if I have this property, I am rich, you can say, in mental application. I have mental power because I can think of quality and reliability. All stages designs can say, but only design doesn't suffice. Means whatever you design, it has to be represented on paper as well. And representation on paper of your design is, as you can say, it's called drawings. Draw your mind on paper. Draw your mind on paper. It's called drawing. And that must be quality one. Quality one, and it should talk to each other. I mean, details on drawing should be clear, exclusively clear for understanding and working. This means they should be well coordinated, because these drawings for purpose of application, for purpose of implementation would be given to someone who has to work on site. And if there are errors in drawings, site would do that error as well. Maybe some say that what is talking. Good morning, Mr. Verma, thank you very much. Maybe some say what is talking every day, waste of time. Now I'm just giving you this file image. I'm going to talk about slab, which I did yesterday as well, but it was not completed. And that is, I can say, RCC suspended slab works. Yes, this is that item. It's very, very important item. RCC as suspended slab work. And I can say that some I can, maybe you can read that. I'll back in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, you can just go through. I have to explain this when I come back, because this is very important. Excuse me for some time. All right, so I can continue this, and I think it's okay. Sorry for a little delay. I was talking of slab. And also तो 5 बजे कहाँ जा रही है? अच्छा अच्छा, मैं सब खोलने जा रही है। बहुत तेज हवा है बाहर। तो मैं खोलता हूँ, रुक जा। It is suspended slab item, and I had some sketch in this connection also, which I included last time. Maybe it is this is a reference to slab. What I mean to say, this is slab here. Just typical one. We have to pour this. We have to pour this here, and this is very small slabs in this itself. These are all beams, and this slab portion. I'm trying to use this as reference only, and we have this statement says, I'll repeat what we discussed so far. It says conduct in-depth coordination drawings for relevant involved activities. This means complete drawings should be available. Complete coordination drawings should be available for this purpose. Without coordination drawings, work cannot be done. We have to do shuttering work. Before that, we have to do supporting system, then form work, and then we have to use our steel placing, and then we have to use services. So there's a drawing called coordination drawing, which depicts all services that are required to go within this slab. So we say conduct in-depth coordination on drawings for relevant involved activities. All these activities we have to put in, and we have to ensure that these drawings, which we call IFC, or issued for construction or approved for construction, we have to use these drawings, ensure that all IFC, AFC issued for construction, approved for construction, structural and coordinated services drawings are ready for construction reference. Without procedure says, without IFC drawing, without issued for construction drawings. Work should not be done and cannot be done if it's work of contracting company. Contractor has to obtain approval of these drawings from engineer. Ensure that all such drawings, IFC drawings or AFC drawings, are approved and ready for use in construction. No works of services inserts first fix items shall be allowed without being given IFC status to all services drawings. When I say first fix items, what does it mean? It means we just divide services into three parts. It may be electrical service or other services. We divide into three parts. One part is called first fix, second part is called second fix, and third part is called testing and commissioning. For example, we lay PVC pipes. For electrical wiring, that's first fix. Later on, we also put boxes for these services involved, and also junction boxes in slab where pipes are connected, and maybe other items, other parts of this wiring we put in. And then later on we do wiring work, and later on we do something else, and then we do testing. These three stages are called first fix, second fix, and testing and commissioning. So what it says, no works of services inserts first fix items shall be allowed without being given IFC status to all services drawings. Actual details pertaining following settings should be charted out clearly for communication to site, for an error or incorrect information may affect site work or may mar site work for in suspended slab case. Setting of all building controls, main axis, and columns and beam grids located in both directions are accurate within defined tolerable limits. When you say setting of buildings, means in every building, for example this slab, this building itself, you can see these are grids, or I just remove it, I can rotate it and so they can clearly see this. These are grids. These are grids as well, both directions. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, or like that. These are grids of various locations, independent locations, this location. But these are not axes. We are talking of axis. I can consider one axis here and one axis here, or one axis here, so that from that axis generally it is to control all areas, measurements. That point I explained before as well. If I use these grids for measurement, there are chances of cumulative error. Say I take from here, measure this. Suppose there is an error of 3 mm, then from here itself I measure another one, and this another error of 3 mm. This means this 3 mm and that 3 mm becomes 6 mm, and then I take another one from here to further one and say this error of 5 mm. So total error becomes 11 mm, and that's ridiculous. Why should I accumulate my error? So what is best approach is, you have to form an axis, master control axis you may say, or control axis you may say. Now from that axis you control this measurement and this measurement, so that if there's an error it shall impact only one. And from that axis itself I have to take this, I have to take this, and I have to take this. Similarly, all here I have to take this, I have to take this. Same way, that way, this way also we can say, we can take from here. So that grid, or you can say that axis which I am talking, that's very important point from controls. So it says setting of building control main axis and columns and beams grids located in both directions are accurate within defined tolerable limits. All supporting system scaffolding drawings are ready, duly approved, are certified by designer or manufacturer, vendor or third party. All access temporary work. Now temporary work comes a picture. I say all access. We were drawing that day. All access temporary work provided, routes to scaffolding detail must be ready. Per safety requirement, duly approved. Yeah, that's also important part. Let me see if I can find that here. Yesterday I opened that. Maybe it's there. This is checked. Method statement should not be here. I think it was in. Let me see that's if I can find. No, actually my files miss very quickly here. Oh, yes, it's that. It says axis. This is building here. This is building here. Or you can say this is building here. We have to go up every level. For that, here is, stair. Got it? We have to provide railing everywhere here, so not shown. We have to provide stair here, so you can reach here, then you can reach upper one, then you can reach like that. And this is fixed to something, some structure or something. And these are anchors given here, anchors to structure. Passage is normal. This is 1200 mm, or is firm base. It's called scaffolding working platform, ground level. And this typical arrangement, you can say this is the typical arrangement here. Means it's elevation of that. This is building here. This is fixed here, for example, in middle. And this is side. This is this is and this is side, and this is another side. You can say A reach here. This system here, we reach here, then we go other way, and then like this, like this we go. Handle is here, handle shall be here, handle shall be here. Only indicatively I have shown here. This is about 1 meter. There's a plank here, plank on which you can stand, this toe board, so that you should not stumble. And here is, you can say, it is 200 riser because it is side. And this is all structure, we can say this is axis. So axis it is.